Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I am honored to have been called here to give out the award for Video Game YouTube Show of the Year. And the nominees are some guy in his 40s yelling about ColecoVision games, a Zoomer ranking Mario enemies based on bangability, a 10-hour video essay on the history of Duke Nukem's ever-changing musculature, and cartridge blowers. Let's look at a clip. This week on Cartridge Blowers, we play Game of the Year award winners. I want you to paint me like one of your French heroes of time in The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. Nikki's like a bird, she wants to fly away in Dragon Age Inquisition. And Cody's playing, Gunstar Heroes. He's my hero, and my star, and my gun. All this, and Cody's also playing Hades. It's time to call his divorce lawyer. It's Cartridge Blowers, episode 196. All these stages are non-fungible. And the award goes to a Zoomer ranking Mario enemies based on bangability. The Zoomer couldn't be here, but we do have a prepared statement. I would like to fuck Lakitu. Thank you very much.
YNIN's Cartridge Blowers, starring Cody Coleman, Nikki Wright, Matt Krua, and no one else. Cartridge Blowers.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to YNIN's Cartridge Blowers, the show where we give video games a second chance to make a first impression. I'm Cody Coleman, and with me, as always, is Nikki Wright.
Oh, I totally wasn't trying to mimic what you were doing in the intro and started doing the Stuff Weekly version instead.
Sure.
Definitely wasn't doing that.
Yeah, you guys never mock me during the intro. And then Matt Krua is also here. Welcome, sir.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I'm aloof now.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. This is the show where in the second half we play video games based around a theme. And this week the theme is Game of the Year.
They gotta be good.
They have to, right? As long as some publication somewhere on the internet or in magazines has said that something is the Game of the Year for any year ever, it counts. So really it's just an excuse to play good ass games. So
Yeah.
that's what we have to play in the second half. But before we get there, there's some talking we gotta do. And if you're watching us live, as you can as you can about once a month on Twitch, twitch.tv/cartridgeblowers, you're going to have to listen to us talk for a little bit. But if you're watching us after the fact on YouTube, as you can on youtube.com/cartridgeblowers, you can skip ahead by clicking on the stamp in the description below. However, you don't really get to hang out with us, and you can participate in chat if you're watching us live. And there's usually an after show, and you can watch that with us. There's just so much community happening over at twitch.tv/cartridgeblowers. You really should go and give us a follow. And if you want to say good things about us, we won't be mad. We'll accept it. But before we get to all those video game plans, we have some things to talk about. And I hear tell that Matthew, you have been playing some video games.
Video games, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, intriguing. I have played a video game or two in my day, Cody.
A video game or two?
Or two, yes.
All right.
So let me talk about two.
Okay.
Today I'll talk about an old one first. I'm going to talk about Elden Ring a little bit. I started playing that way back in January, whenever that came out, and I fell off a little bit.
The
I don't think I
wagon.
need to talk about what Elden Ring is at this point.
You fell off the Elden Ring wagon. Isn't that like a villain? Isn't there like a wagon villain? There's a pot villain.
There's a pot. There's a big like wagon that opens up and has meat tentacles in it called a virgin abductor.
Jesus hell! What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's fine.
Cool.
Those things are very bad. Yeah. So I played like 60 hours of it, right? And it got to the point where like my goal was at first just to kind of get lost in the world and explore it. And I was having a lot of fun.
Sure.
And then as I was getting lost in the world, like I would get lost in areas that were just too tough. And so I needed to leave and then go grind and come back. But I just never came back. One of those version abductors is a teleport. I've done it. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so I was exploring the world and then I would just like hit a wall, right? And so it's now, okay, well now I got to go somewhere else. But then I just never come back to the area from before, or I'd hit another wall, or I'd hit another wall. And eventually I just kind of felt like I needed to grind. And that wasn't very fun. And so it kind of turned me off the game. And my goal for the game, I don't want to do everything. There's too much to do everything.
Sure.
I just want to kind of beat the main bosses and then finish it. And I kept trying and I kept falling off and I kept trying and I kept falling off because like it wasn't that it was necessarily too hard per se. It was just that like I felt like I needed to grind to stand a chance. And I just didn't want to grind.
The grind,
and so
that can really wear people down.
For sure. Listen, I grind all the time to get that cheddar. To get those
Rails?
dollars in my pocket. I grind rails.
The daily grind.
I grind radio.
Jet grinds.
Exactly. I got that Sigma mindset. A Sigma mindset, but I'm an alpha wolf. Like from those sexual wolf books. Anyway, so the Wolfiverse.
Yeah, no.
I want to tell you today about my experience in the last 15 to 20 hours of my game time in Elden Ring, aka how I learned to stop worrying and love the mods.
Nice.
Elden Ring is a game where it's always online, and it was one of my favorite things about the game. I resisted doing mods for the longest time because it cuts you off from playing online, right? And what I really love about playing online is that people leave messages everywhere and you can read them. And eventually I just said, I think I'm not having fun with this game and I'm not going to finish it if I don't do something. And so I decided to just like give up the online portion of it. And okay. I sort of just bit the bullet, as it were. And I have been having a much better experience with this game.
Okay.
I've had so much more fun. I downloaded a couple different mods. The first one I downloaded was one that gave me a ton of experience for these runes that you just kind of find on the ground. I quickly realized that some of the areas I was getting to, I was level 300 and it didn't matter. I was still dying. And so I also downloaded a sort of balance patch, which is more to say like a damage balancer sort of thing. So like the fights are still kind of challenging. I still have to like learn to dodge, but things aren't killing me in 1 or 2 hits. They're killing me in like 9 or 10. And so, I can learn.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then like the grease balls on the way are going down in like 1 to 2 hits rather than like, let me just stand here and fight a skeleton for literally 4 minutes because it takes 4 minutes to kill it.
Jesus.
Because its HP is so high. It looks like a basic ass skeleton, so I'm just running around him on my horse, stabbing him with my rapier, and I'm just like,
we all so been bored. There.
We've who amongst us has not ridden circles around a horse, stabbed it with a rapier until it died, trying to avoid it vomiting blood on you? Like, who amongst us?
My typical Saturday night.
I've got some serious ass running around in circles and stabbing problems.
Exactly.
My goodness.
You got some serious ass, Cody.
Yeah, I do.
Uh, you, you cheated not only the game but yourself. And you know what? I disagree. I cheated the game and didn't cheat myself. I treated myself. Um, I beat. So before modding, I beat General Radon, who was one of the harder bosses in the game. And I felt pretty fucking accomplished. But it took a while to get to that point where I was able to beat him. And so I was like, you know what? I don't care if people think I needed to get good or whatever. Because I'm having so much more fun just being able to go explore and like, ooh, let me see what's in this cave, or ooh, let me see what's on top of this mountain. It's giving me that feeling that I really liked about starting Elden Ring, which was that feeling of getting lost. That was like I think on the show I compared it to Breath of the Wild.
Sure, yeah.
And like I feel like I'm back there again.
Good. Yeah.
And I'm really having a lot of fun. I'm in the last quote unquote area, which is like a big snowy mountainous area. I went through this whole quest line of a mansion that's inside a volcano, called Volcano Manor. And then I fought this guy who was being eaten by this god-eating snake, and then when I killed the snake, he used the snake as a weapon, and he pulled his blood sword out of the snake.
Oh god.
And he was like, "Get ready to get fucked," and I was like, "You get ready to get fucked," and I fucked him bad with the sword.
Jesus. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. I figure I'll probably be done with the game in a week or so. That's my plan. That's my hopes. Especially because then I can uninstall it, and that's a pretty big game. So that was a lot of room on my hard drive that gets to open back up. Yeah.
Good job, by the way.
Thank you, T-Tree, for that quick ban of that toilet shitter. The other game I've been playing is Not Words. I did go speak to the lady in the manor after killing the snake god. Yeah, she's like sitting there eating his corpse. It's super gross.
You.
Like Elden Ring's aesthetic, metal as hell. Love it. It's great. It's a great game. So I don't talk about phone games often, mostly because I don't like phone games. But I found one that I enjoy, and when I do, I like to talk about them. So this is the newest game by Zach Gage, who is responsible for, I think I've talked about Ridiculous Fishing on here a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And he made some other games. I think my favorite titled one is Good Sudoku, where he just wanted to make a good Sudoku game. And this one kind of is similar. So I've been playing a game called, and it's going to be backwards, Not Words.
That's not backwards.
Oh, that's backwards on mine, but not on yours. Got it. And Not Words is, let me see if I can bring up one of the puzzles here. Yeah, you're gonna see a half completed one because I had to stop because my brain was hurting. Okay. And it's kind of a little bit of glare, but basically it is a Sudoku crossword puzzle hybrid. You are given in sort of lumps of squares.
Sure.
The letters that fit into those squares. And you have to form enough words to fully fill the puzzle with actual English words. However,
you don't have to keep selling me, friend. I'm already at the Play Store.
Well, even better. This game is free.
Oh, nice.
Now, if you don't want to, sorry, it is free. Quote meum. So basically you get like the daily game for free, I believe. But there's like monthly puzzles, and you get the first 15 of those for free. Yeah, and so you can pay $5 per year or like $12 permanently. I just dropped the $12. Because I was like, I've done at least like 2 to 3 puzzles every day. And yeah, if you pay the money, it unlocks different types of puzzles. There's really hard ones. There's ones that show you the amount of vowels in the words. It's really, it makes you feel really smart when you solve one of them. And then when you're done, like I can't play very long because I'll do one, like, because these will take me a while. It'll take me like 15 minutes to solve some, like, because the puzzles get really big. They start off really small. They get really big, and you're putting like 30 something words on there. and trying to match them up and put the letters in the correct order. And then I'm just like I'm mentally exhausted after it, but it's like it's a mental workout. It's nice.
Yeah. Sounds
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I believe it is on Android, iOS, and Steam.
Okay.
But I think this is a perfect phone game. I've been doing at least the daily puzzles, and then I'm trying to work through the monthly puzzles, do the one or two a day, and I'm pretty much done with those. And it's a solid game. I think it's like you look at like the Wordle craze, right, of a couple months back, which I think I'm still playing Wordle every day.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I think that's kind of fallen by the wayside, and I think this is if you are looking for something.
After they made Homer a word, yeah, it's fallen by the fucking wayside.
Homer's a word. It's like a home run.
It's slang. It's baseball slang and a Simpson.
Yeah.
I got it.
Hey,
don't get me wrong. I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, but me too. But I was like, really? This isn't gonna be right. Okay, why is this the solution for today? Like tipsy was last night's word, and I was like,
yeah.
they're in the
dictionary.
Right?
Okay,
yeah.
they count.
Well, they added irregardless to the dictionary, and I will die on the hill of that not being a fucking word. So
everything's a word. We stand descriptive English in this chat, okay? Damn it.
All right.
I also like a lot of the Wordle offshoots. I think the various hurdles are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where let me listen to like 2 seconds of a Zelda song and try to guess what song it is. Or they have a Sonic one. They have just a generic one with just like real human music. One I've been playing the past week or so is have you heard of Redactle?
No. What?
Oh, Redactle's great. Okay, so you get infinite guesses, and what you were given is a Wikipedia article with everything but the articles redacted. And so you type in a word, and then it uncovers that word in the Wikipedia article, and you have to try and guess what the Wikipedia article is. And
interesting.
That's clever.
It's really I'm getting a lot of them. I'm like, oh, cool. I've guessed 150 words. What the fuck is this article? Like the other day, it was it was some kind of beetle or something, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck and they don't get really specific because it's from the top 1,000 most viewed Wikipedia articles or something, but it's just really silly, and it's a good thing to do when I'm pretending to pay attention to children at work. I didn't say that. you legally have to edit that out.
Damn it.
I'm kidding. I don't care. But yeah, so Not Words, again, pick that up. I think it's really good. And Elden Ring. And then other than that, I made 40 Mario Maker levels since the last time, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You've been really on a kick.
Yeah, my Super World is pretty much complete. You got to get it tested by Joe probably on Sunday. And it'll be good to go. And then I can just never make any more levels ever again.
You've expended all of your creativity. You got it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like in my head, I actually have more ideas, but I'm like, I think I'm done. I think let's just let them simmer. Let's just let them simmer.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You play anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing yet. But I mean, I bought Nintendo Switch Sports, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Right on.
Yeah. Okay. Which I'm excited to get a chance to. But I think that's a game where I want other people to be playing with me.
Sure.
And but doesn't happen very often these days. So
wow.
Yeah.
I finished playing Death's Door.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I finished that. I 100%ed
Did you die?
I did. Yeah, several times. So yeah, I finished Death's Door. Great little game. We talked about it last week in more depth. So go watch that episode. But really good. Played Kirby. We talked to death about that. I started and finished it in the amount of time. Great game. Matt asked me what my favorite power was. I think it's Dragonfire was my favorite power in the Kirby game. Kirby in the Forgotten World. And started Hades. And I love it. It's so much fun.
Hades is going to ruin your sleep schedule.
Probably.
What system did you get it on?
I got it on Steam, so.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Because if you got it on Switch, you're fucked.
Yeah, because then
then you can take it to bed and it's all over.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's really all we have to talk about that we played, and we got some long videos this time, so let's get into playing some games of the year. So yes, like I said, we are playing Game of the Year games this year, sure, but also this week. And to start us out, we're gonna let Matt go first. Matt.
Okay. So, my game is a multiple Game of the Year award winner. Let me just kind of go through the list of awards it was nominated and won. At the 14th Annual Game Developer Choice Awards, Best Design nominated, Best Handheld Game won. Game of the Year nominated from the 17th Annual DICE Awards, won Handheld Game of the Year. Third place in EGM's Best of 2013. Won the Excellence Award from Famitsu. Best 3DS Exclusive from Game Informer. 3DS Game of the Year and Overall Game of the Year from GameSpot. Giant Bomb's second place top 10 Game of the Year, and also won Best Music of the Year. IGN's Best 3DS Action Adventure Game, Best 3DS Game, Best 3DS Music, and Best Overall Music. Which that's a lot of awards. And let's see. Official Nintendo Magazine's Best 3DS Game of the Year and Best Audio. Nintendo Life Staff Awards. Best 3DS Retail First Party Game of the Year. That's really specific. Best Overall 3DS Game of the Year. Let's see. Spike's VGX 2013. What the fuck is VGX? Oh, I guess that's the name. Why do they shorten the Video Game Awards to VGX?
I have no idea.
Okay. Best Handheld Game. And the 2012 Best Game of the Year from the Besties podcast.
We are going to be... boys.
Yes. And we are going to be playing The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, which is a game that's kind of, passed me by because I am famously not a fan of handheld games. I did have a 3DS. I have 3DSs. I think I have a 3DS and I've had two in the past. And I just never played it. I think it just came out at a bad time for me playing handheld games, but mostly because I was done with the novelty of the 3DS. And essentially, it's a pseudo sequel to Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. To the point where the map is the map from Link to the Past.
Oh, really?
It's super cool.
That's neat.
It's done in this overhead 3D style. The music that it won so many awards for, as you'll hear, is phenomenal. Which, I mean, it's a Zelda game. Zelda games often have phenomenal music. I think this in particular, just from I played an hour of it, and which you'll see edited down to about 15 minutes. And I the soundtrack in and of itself is just like, just those sections we hear is great. It's a lot of like classic Zelda songs with new instrumentation that just works really well. Basically, the gist of the game is this: you are Link, Shock. You are a blacksmith, and one day the blacksmith gives a sword to this knight captain, and the knight captain forgets the sword, so you have to chase him down. And oh no, there's a new bad guy, and he's turning people into drawings on the wall.
Ah, man, I hate when that happens.
And he's trying to capture the descendants of these 7 sages. And so you've got to go kick his ass.
Heck yeah,
this game has some differences from from the regular Zelda formula, which we'll get to as we watch this video.
Okay, sure.
So let's take a look at The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds.
Okay.
Now, I thought we were going to be stressed for time.
Sure.
Because I played 45 minutes. So I edited the 45 down to 15, and this is sped up very slightly to meet the 15-minute cut.
All right.
But not too set up. There are also slight emulation hiccups. So I skipped the opening cutscene here, and you're only seeing the top screen. The bottom screen is just the map.
Okay.
And your inventory. So I felt like we didn't need to see that.
That actually makes for a better stream anyway.
Yeah. So you get woken up by this little doofus. I didn't even pay attention. I don't know this guy's name. I never paid attention to it. Basically, he's saying, "Hey, Link, wake up." A Gully. It's Gully. He's like, "You're sleeping in, sleepyhead, you asshole. Come to the blacksmith shop." Oh, he's the blacksmith's son. He's like, "You can't be a blacksmith if you don't get up."
Link looked like someone beat the shit out of him, and he was stunned.
Maybe he did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, let's throw pots. And this house looks very similar to the one in Link to the Past, except Majora's Mask is on the wall for some reason. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not gonna question it. And yeah, so I got this kind of Celtic guitar version of the classic Zelda theme. So let's skip the walk to the blacksmith shop. All right, so tell me, how's that shield suit you, Captain? Superb work as always, but I expect nothing less from a master. Yeah, they have a conversation, and he's just like, he made him a sword and a shield. And so the captain, who is kind of a douche, he's calling me lazy. He's a garbage man.
What an asshole.
Don't worry, he's a drawing now. So the blacksmith's like, oh crap, dude forgot his sword, so I have to go deliver it to him. And they tell you to go to Hyrule Castle, and then Hyrule Castle says no, he actually went to the sanctuary, which again, if you played Link to the Past, same map, same locations.
Well, that's
super neat.
Convenient. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I went to the castle and I was like, okay, well, I know where the sanctuary is from here, which is good because they didn't mark it on my map. So we're here at the sanctuary.
Oh,
it's
Dempe.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Welcome to the sanctuary, Link. Eager as ever, aren't you? Is there something I can help you with? I see. You're looking for the captain. Well, you're at the right place. He's come to see my father. The captain forgot his sword? Oh, how unlike him to be so careless. Just a moment, I'll fetch him for you. And then Dempe talks to us. Yeah. Coming and going. The captain stops by. You think he wants us to yak with the priest? No, sir. Just making excuses to see Ceres there. She hasn't got a clue either, but I suppose that's what's so lovely about Ceres. Carefree as a bird. But old Dempe sees more than people think. Like those paintings on the wall. There's trouble brew. Oh shit, trouble brew.
Oh shit. It's my favorite Rick Moranis movie.
The doors are shut tight. Can't get them open.
He looked like he was laughing.
Dempe doesn't have a key. He just digs the graves around. Wait, Dempe remembers. Dempe once heard the priest talking about a secret way to the sanctuary. Messing around with the graves. Worse luck, but you. If you get scared, just swing that sword around. What sword? The sword you got there. Dempe heard you say it belongs to the captain, but who cares? It's for delivery. Forget that. Get to swinging that sword. I can't. Saving Ceres is way more important than delivery.
Well,
You're using that sword.
Really reluctant to help.
Yeah.
You're using that sword even if Dempe has to tape it to your hand.
Jeez.
So I go through the graveyard dungeon, which is a quick tutorial. It's very, very fast. And we get here to the sanctuary.
Ah, that song. I love that song.
Right? Yeah. But it's gone very quickly.
Swords are kind of deadly.
And the priest is being met by this fella, who is a fiend who has dared to defile the sanctuary. His name is Yuga.
Oh.
Yeah. And Yuga is
Yuga of the Yiga
perfection.
clan.
Well, this is a different now. Not Yiga, Yuga.
I mean, you're seeking perfection in a place where people have notably failed to attain perfection. They're not immortal. So.
Right.
Oh, shit.
she drawing now.
Okay. That
And
happens.
he's a cool villain so far, it seems. He's very vain and like, you know. As I suspected, you're even lovelier as a painting. I think that her grace will be most pleased.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, what have we here? Another worm comes wriggling in. How'd you get in the sanctuary, Link? Run, child! Fuck no, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Yeah, you've got
Not
a
even
sword
like-
now.
I believe this worm here wishes to tangle with me. Come on then, wriggle, wriggle, little worm. Fuck you!
Oh, fuck. Seduction Ganondorf is in the wall now.
All Ganondorfs are seduction Ganondorfs. How dare you? So he can turn himself into a drawing. And he just boots me out of the way and dips. And I fall unconscious. And when I wake up in my house, which I'm really sad I had to cut this part out, there's a guy living in my house.
There's just some dude in your house?
It's a guy with a rabbit hood on named Ravio.
Oh.
Who, he's like, hey, I'm homeless. Let me live here. And Link refuses. Don't worry about it. And Link refuses, or he refuses to let Link say no. And so Ravio moves in. I just figured this would be a good image to have while I discuss the plot that I skipped.
Sure.
And so, you know, Ravio moves in, and then he's like, yeah, you should go talk to Sahasrahla, who lives in town. I'm gonna let you listen to the Kakariko Village song a little bit. It's very good. This guy has a Street Pass minigame that I will not be interacting with. But Sahasrahla is like, again, the very same character from Link to the Past. There's a street merchant with a bottle. There's a shady guy. There's also a guy in this game named B Guy who lives in town. He's a big B. Anyway, Sahasrahla tells me to go to the Eastern Palace because he thinks this Yuga guy is trying to kidnap the descendants of sages. So I have to go, you know, save his apprentice who is over here, who is also a sage descendant. And you'll notice I now have a bow and arrow. So when I got over to the Eastern Palace, and again, I cut out a lot of the video, there were some symbols for a bow and arrow, and a sign that was the same shape as the weird rabbit hat that the homeless guy, Ravio, is wearing. And with a sign saying, hey, come to my item shop. It's right below the castle if you want to get, you know, what you need to get by. And so I go back to my house, which is now his item shop.
What?
And Ravio, and so, you know, so in previous Zelda games, you are supposed to, you know, go through a dungeon, you find the new item, and then you use the item in the dungeon, right?
Yeah, right.
You don't do that in this one.
Really?
You rent all the items from Ravio.
Oh my god, really?
And so you have to figure out the items you want when you need them.
Interesting.
So there's like, there was a sign for this one, but from what I'm told, in the future, you have to, like, you know, pick from an assortment. And you can only have one item at a time.
Huh.
And so everything works on Ravio power, which is that purple bar. So you don't carry, like, arrows with you. You just have Ravio power that refills.
Huh.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Is Ravio in Hyrule Warriors? Is he one of the characters?
I think he is, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're good, you just rent everything and keep it all game, or really careful. Yeah, because I think if you die, he takes your stuff back.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's some Stalfoses. And hitting enemies makes a good fart noise. That's pretty good. But I played Link to the Past. I know the way to kill Stalfos is throwing pots at them. So
that's really what most games are missing, is a good fart noise.
A good fart noise,
yeah.
Right. So this is basically the first dungeon.
Okay.
You still find big keys. You still find compasses. You do not find the map. The map of the dungeons is given to you.
Okay.
And yeah, so we get through this boss door and get to our first boss.
Oh shit.
And he's got Sahasrah's apprentice, who was very like vain, saying, "I don't need anybody's help. I'll go in and kick this dude's ass." And then the next time we see him, he's getting fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
And now he's a painting. That's great.
I could see how this might be pretty cool in 3D.
For sure, yeah. I have a modded 2DS, so I could play this handheld.
Okay.
Or I guess I could buy. I don't think I have a 3. Do I have a 3DS still? Maybe somewhere. Anyway, I figured. Okay, the only item I could rent at this point is the bow and arrow. Using the bow and arrow is probably how I beat this boss, right? And the answer is yes.
Okay. That tantrum sound.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to shoot an arrow at him in order to stun him. Is he making NFTs? Yes, all of these people are very non-fungible. All my sage is gone. And so... I've beaten the first boss, Yuga. And shit! I'm a drawing. The end. Game over.
He got you.
He got me. So he's just gonna leave. Yeah, right. He juices sages exactly. But before when I first met Ravio, when he moved into my house, or kind of like just took quarter in my home, he gave me an old stinky bracelet, literally stinky, and forced me to wear it. And it turns out this bracelet allows me to function with the same power that Yuga has.
Oh.
So, you've got the sword and shield all game, and you rent the weapons as you need them, but the other power you have all game is you can turn into a drawing.
Okay. Can you go on like any wall? Or just certain wall? Really? That's cool.
Yeah. So we got the bracelet. Let's get this heart piece. And then let's merge. And it's taking my Ravio power. I didn't realize that at first.
Oh, okay.
I could have fallen and died.
Can you go vertical?
No.
Okay.
At least not at this juncture. Maybe you can later. There's some walls later on that are textured or whatever, so you can't get on them. Yeah.
Okay.
And so now we have to escape this dungeon, which kind of reminded me of the final part of Ocarina, where you're escaping the castle. Oh shit! Fuck!
Oh no!
You're supposed to become a drawing.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And it just spits you out. It's kind of cool. And so yeah, this is basically the gist of the game. I couldn't get onto that wall, but I can get on this one. And it turns, and I move over.
This
And
looks
then Link
fun.
died forever because a bracelet couldn't protect him for 150-foot falls. Right. So Sahasrah meets me here. He's like, oh shit, he's going after Princess Zelda next? That's fucked. Let's go to the castle. And so we decided to go to the castle. And I had met Princess Zelda already. I cut that out as well. She gave me a cool necklace, and it was like, yeah, go out and have fun. And I was like, okay. And the castle is now fucked up. We can't get in. There's a big barrier, very much a la Link to the Past. And Sahasrah was like, well, to get past this back in the day, in Link to the Past, you need the Master Sword. And that means you need the 3 pendants. But one of them is inside the castle with Princess Zelda. What are we going to do? Except Link's wearing it because that's the weird necklace that she gave him.
Oh, okay.
So...
But I know how you get in Hyrule Castle. You go around the side and cut down the
there's
bushes.
There's a hole in the bushes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to go find the other 2 pendants in order to get the Master Sword. But yeah, that game's fucking good.
Yeah, that game was really cute. I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as we talked about, 95 episodes ago, Link to the Past is the best game of all time, per the people who voted on what the best game of all time was. This is more of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so I don't think you're the same Link from A Link to the Past. I believe you are just a reincarnation, but it's a very just similar world, which is kind of cool. Because like there's a part where you go to Hyrule Castle and you see these tapestries that tell you the same story from Link to the Past, but also Sahasrahla is also mentioning the sages that you found there and the adventure of that game, which is really cool. Link to the Past is a great game. Link Between Worlds seems really cool too. I kind of think what I'm going to be doing, if I don't go back and play it, at the very least, I'm probably going to just like find some YouTube playlist of the soundtrack and listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, really pretty.
Yeah. I bet the rest of it's really good. But I think I'd love to have some time to go play that at some point. It's it's on 3DS. Nintendo, I mean, if you want to you could probably port that to the Switch pretty easy.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think you really need the touchscreen for that bad boy. Just saying. But that's just me. But everyone else is alive. No. I think it's even a different Sahasrahla. I think it's like a descendant of Sahasrahla. So I don't think it's the same one. Everyone is a descendant, and people name people after people in Zelda games. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
There's like 30 Zeldas. There's like 30 Links. There's one Ganon.
Everyone's a junior. So
yeah. Right. So that's Link Between Worlds. Just in the hour that I played, that would have I don't even what the fuck else came out in the same year? I'm trying to think. This is game of the. I'm gonna see what other place had for Game of the Year 2013. Just really quick, just humor me. 2013. The Last of Us, GTA 5, BioShock Infinite. Link Between Worlds seems way better. Seems way better than those. So
right on, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving to the next game, Nikki, you're following us up.
So, Matt, you said your game was Game of the Year in 2013?
From a lot of different outlets, yeah.
Yeah, mine was Game of the Year 2014.
Whoa!
Yeah, from the Game Awards, from IGN, Ars Technica, Game Informer, Polygon, Electronic Gaming Monthly, all named Dragon Age Inquisition as their Game of the Year in 2014.
Nice.
It's an RPG.
Okay.
That takes place in a fictional place called Thedas.
Sure.
It's very much a Nikki game. A tea tree is correct about that. I will say right now, if you are expecting a very thorough story, you've come to the wrong place. That is for the stream. That will never happen on, my own channel one day. Never.
Got you.
So there are very sloppy cuts. I'm very excited to see what I did and did not cut out because I cut everything in about 10 minutes. But I'm excited to watch and go on this journey with all of you.
Excellent. Let's do it.
Yeah, and I will say that a tea tree did an incredible job hosting for this game at Games Done Quick.
Oh, nice. Yeah, congratulations, a tea tree. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Did I romance someone at the time of playing? Oh, yes, this was a save file from when I was romancing someone. I have a video that shows the consequence of that if we have enough time later.
Sure. Okay. All right. Let's watch.
So I normally play on using like a controller, but I guess it doesn't like PS5 controllers. So mouse and keyboard it is. Okay. So you might see me kind of struggling a bit to get used to that again, or get used to it at all. So right now I'm initiating the quest called What Pride Had Wrought, I think. Yes.
Yes.
There is a whole cutscene that I skipped where they talk about going to fight the big bad of the game and try to stop him from taking over the world. Just to kind of really pare it down to like a 2-second thing. And we are going to try to put a stop to him. This is the party selection screen. It's been a while, so I couldn't remember which tank I had leveled more, so I just went with Blackwall. Yeah. So my party right now is Solus. He's a mage who kind of knows everything about ancient elves. Cole, who is a spirit, and in the course of the game, you can make some really cool decisions sort of surrounding that. And he's a rogue, and then Blackwall, who's just kind of like sad dad who hits stuff with swords.
That classic archetype.
The classic like sad dad archetype. I mean, I don't think he's actually a dad, but that's the energy he gives off.
Sure.
And like the whole cutscene after like the conversation at the war table shows them preparing for this whole battle here, and I skipped it because you get the idea of what it looks like when people are prepping for battles. We've all seen video games and TV shows before.
Sure.
We're joined by Morgan. She's an ancient elven enthusiast who's also pretty witchy. And
no one mistakes me for the maker. True.
So these are BioWare games, right?
These are yeah, exactly.
Okay. Because like I've never played a Dragon Age.
Yeah.
But I've played all 3 Mass Effects, and
Yes.
so I'm looking at these, and I'm like, I can see the Mass Effect, like the same DNA, you know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And to a T-Tree's point, Morgan rules, has since the first one. Yeah, she's outstanding. I love her. She is just a good frenemy to have.
A BioWare ass BioWare game. Cool.
So I cut out me running through the forest for most of running through the forest. But just to give you an idea of like what some of the environments look like, and what some of like the battles out in the world sort of look like, we'll see here in a second.
Who are those people down there?
Are
Fodder.
like Corypheus's like, yeah, they're fodder.
Okay.
But you know, they work for Corypheus, and Corypheus is trying to get to this ancient elven temple, and you know, do some really disrespectful shit to it, and so we're trying to put a stop to it.
Hell yeah. I mean, hell no. I will never let him disrespect my temple.
Exactly.
My body's
can't.
the temple.
You're invisible.
Yeah, so in this iteration or in this playthrough, I played as a an elf mage, and one of the subclasses that I had is, you know, sort of allows me to have like temporary invisibility, and the game glitches a lot, and so it's, you know, we're still seeing it even though we're not in battle.
Oh, it's a BioWare game. Got it.
It's exactly. QA's a bit lackluster on these babies.
What does the invisibility do? Does it like?
It really helps when you're in battle. Like you don't take as much or any damage for a short period of time, which is really nice.
Whoa, that guy got fucking wrecked. Look at him. He's just
he did. Oh wait.
Stabbed with blood blades.
If you don't like body horror, I will say it's pretty minor, but now you might want to look away.
No, I like body horror. Yeah.
Well, then keep looking.
Look at this big meat man.
Look at this big meat man. Listen, QA or T-Tree, I know you're saying you can only QA so much. This game was in development for like 10 years.
This guy's your friend?
No, well, not anymore. He's a skeleton now.
Oh. Wait, was he in your party though?
No, that's Corypheus. That's who we want to beat.
Well, you don't have to beat him anymore.
Yeah. Game over.
That is fair. Gunma in development doesn't mean QA ready. They clearly had maybe 6 months to QA this game. I know, Dragon Age 4 is going to be a train wreck, and I'm really excited for it.
So I thought that meat man, I thought he came with your party, but he didn't, right?
No, that's the big bad.
Oh.
And so...
He's... Oh.
Can he
His
like
ink.
possess corpses or something?
Yeah, he's turning him into this.
Cool.
Which I guess summons a dragon for some reason.
No, his ink. Oh, they went through that door. His sword went through
Now
that door.
they are in the temple, which is cool. There are a lot of like really interesting puzzles that you don't see me do because it, takes a long time.
Sure.
So
when do you start inquisiting people?
Yeah, pretty much throughout the game. Throughout the game, you have the option to like sit in judgment and like, enact law or just lay down the law. Really, you can sentence people to death. You can sentence people to exile. You can just tell them to do really stupid and ridiculous things. It's a really cool feature of this game. Unfortunately, I don't have any clips from that. I did encounter a really fun bug while trying to record Sitting in Judgment, where it tried to load the cutscene, but it only like partially loaded the cutscene. So when I got out of the loading screen, all of the NPCs were there as though the cutscene had started, but I could still freely roam around the game.
Neat.
So
what? So there are 4 Dragon Age games at this point.
There are 3, and a 4th one is in development.
So this one is one of the numbered games.
Yeah. This is the 3rd one.
Okay, is it called Dragon Age 3 Inquisition or just Dragon Age Inquisition?
Dragon Age Inquisition.
So there's Dragon Age 1, Dragon Age 2, and then Dragon Age Inquisition, and then Dragon Age 4.
Dragon Age Origins, DragonAge 2, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Wait, stop. The first game is called Origins?
That's correct.
That is ballsy.
Yeah.
We're gonna call our first game Origins because like we're gonna assume you care enough about the lore to get to bankroll our sequels.
What's really cool about all of these games is that it, like Mass Effect, as I'm sure you've experienced, is it remembers a lot of like the core decisions and things that you did, and it impacts the future games. So that's pretty cool. It does still assume a lot on the players kind of buying in, right?
For sure. That was my favorite part of Mass Effect, was just like I know that there was a lot of choices that, they make you think matter that don't. But there were a lot of choices that felt like they mattered, like characters would die and not show up in the next 2 games,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, like you can make decisions that have characters say, wow, that's actually pretty irredeemable in my eyes later, and then you don't have them for the rest of the game. And then they might come back or make like a weird cameo appearance in another game. Pretty fun.
I remember there were some characters in Mass Effect that like you can piss them off enough that they will be enemies in the next game, and you have to kill them.
Yeah. It's a feature that I really enjoy.
Yeah. And it's still got the same dialogue wheel, so there's a lot of cool shared DNA, which rules. They should make more games like this.
They should make more games. It's really a shame they all take a decade to fucking produce. So yeah, we're here in this temple, and he wants us to, or not. He does not want us to really go further in the temple. There is a special well called the Well of Sorrows that they are protecting. It kind of keeps all of the knowledge and like all of the history that the elves have sort of amassed since like ancient times. So it's very important that it not be disturbed. And like he and his band of people who exist in this temple really only wake up when intruders come in, and their whole goal is to stop them. But we're kind of negotiating with him to allow us to stop what is happening right now, and so we ally with them. You can choose not to ally with them, and then he's like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to summon all of the fighters I have, and then you have to pretty much play all of the fighters he has.
Wow.
Bet.
So
I like there's a whole cutscene, and then Morgan's like, I'm a bird now, bye.
Oh yeah, listen.
She does seem like a good character.
Wait, hang on. That's all.
Did they not know she could turn into a bird before that?
No.
Cool.
I'm like, Cole is just really pure, this pure, innocent, sweet thing who just points out the obvious all the time.
Whoa, hey, a lava boy.
Yeah, so this is Corypheus's lackey Samson, and he's like, "Oh, I'm here to put a stop to you, and I'm gonna help Corypheus destroy the world."
So Corypheus decided to employ this like meth head with a chest bone.
Yes, and you know, meth head is not terribly inappropriate. He's kind of addicted to something called red lyrium, which gives him this ridiculous power, but also kind of turns him into a weird rock man. So
Got you.
It's not.
I think I was taught about the Spanish Inquisition very incorrectly.
You were, yes.
There's a lot more lightning.
Yeah.
A lot more lightning. I can summon like fists to like come out of the earth to punch people.
Dragon Age Spanish Inquisition.
How much character customization is there? Like, could you play a melee focused character? Could
yeah,
you play...
you can. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's like you can play a rogue and they've got different sorts of like melee subclasses. There's like a tanky sort of class. I think they call it warrior, in fact, which has a whole bunch of other different subclasses. And then mages, which have different sorts of subclasses as well. Skill trees, like T-Tree is pointing out.
And you combine classes? Can you...
I don't, like, are you, like, can you be a mage and a rogue?
Yeah.
Not really. Like, I had the option to be, I forget what it's called, but it was like a Knight Temple mage or something, which is like a more melee-esque type of mage. But, like, I couldn't take points in mage and then points in rogue.
Got you.
But I think there's enough variation across all the classes that like you can find something that suits your gameplay style.
Yeah.
Like for me, in my opinion, I pretty much always try to play as a mage because I find that the gameplay just feels a little bit smoother for me.
Sure.
But I know some people who are like, oh no, I find mage very boring. And then warrior I find to be just like hideously slow.
So I think I played it. So I have played one Dragon Age game. It was either the first one or the second one. Mm-hmm. And I played it for maybe like I rented it and played it for like maybe like 10 to 15 minutes before saying this is way too slow. Yeah. And I don't know I can play this. And so it was probably because I was a warrior.
That's fair. Like in my opinion, and people are free to disagree, but I found warrior just to be the slowest class I've played in probably any game I've ever played. I did not enjoy it. Yeah.
I feel like it was Origins, yeah.
Yeah, it's not great in Origins, that's for sure. I also, like, when I first played Inquisition, I played as a warrior, and like 20 minutes into the game, I was like, no, I am starting over. This sucks.
Oh, you beat him up.
I beat him up. Didn't kill him though.
Still breathing.
When in my playthrough of Origin, to get the ending I want, I played as a rogue, and it's not bad. It's not bad. So yeah, so we just say we're gonna take him back to our castle, and he's gonna sit in judgment later. The game glitches out and actually tells you that you've already judged him. So again, it's a cool BioWare game. You get access to the well, and the guy protecting it is like, okay, you can drink from it because you're gonna stop Corypheus from coming in and destroying everything. So we give her the ability to go and partake from the knowledge and history of this well. And yeah,
she seems trustworthy.
Super trustworthy. I mean, you know, she.
Everyone is disapproving.
Oh no, Vivienne greatly disapproves. Oh no, what am I gonna do now that I don't have Vivienne's approval?
How is the character creator in this game?
It's for 2014, and I think it's pretty robust.
Okay.
I think it uses this really interesting, like, you have this square and you slide your cursor along like an XY axis to like change things. And I think you can do some really interesting stuff with it.
If you give me sliders and a character creator, that's how I know it's good.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I thought it was pretty robust. Lots of different options that I will say really wish there were more hair options.
Sure.
They're all pretty bad.
Is there a decent mod scene for this game?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Might be hair options
modding is
there.
kind of annoying, but yeah.
Ah, cool. So that's the main bad guy?
That's the main bad guy.
It looks like it looks like I could fuck him up.
You probably could.
Yeah. Oh wait, shit! He can fly on the smoke. Never
And he
mind.
screams of rage. So.
Oh no! He looked really frail and shitty until he did that, and then he looked really scary. I was like, oh no! Scream of Rage is my favorite Genesis beat 'em up. Yeah. Get him, Burr Girl.
Yeah.
That guy rules.
You know, he's not a terrible villain as far as villains go, I guess.
Is he like the villain for the whole series or just for that game?
No. So he does come up in other games.
Okay, cool.
All right.
That seemed neat. That looked cool.
He's not the big bad in other games, but he does come up in other games.
Got you.
Cool.
Yeah, that seemed really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it looked
I
like fun.
enjoyed it.
Right on. You have anything else you'd like to say about the game? No?
Maybe
Hold on,
later.
let's see what else came out in 2014 real quick.
Okay.
That would have been Game of the Year. Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, Dark Souls 2, Wolfenstein Orders, Smash Brothers for Wii U. No, I think it's a pretty solid choice. There's not a lot of competition.
Yeah.
So nothing stands out as Shovel Knight, but it's a very different game.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid pick. Game magazine people.
Yeah. I played a game from 1993, and I found where it was Game of the Year by some UK magazine, and unfortunately I was like, I don't need to bookmark it, I'll just search for it and find it again right before the show. I was wrong. I did not re-find it again, but I did find where EGM named it the Action Game of the Year in 1993.
Ooh, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Right on. And I'm playing a Gunstar Heroes for the Sega Genesis. It's sort of Contra-esque or Metal Slug-esque. And just a shit ton of enemies. So, well, let's just get into it.
All right. I have heard lots of good things about this game. I've never actually played it. I own it because I own like 4 Genesis collections with it on it. I've never actually played it all the way through.
Yeah, I had only seen it like in like Montgomery wards when my parents would drag me to it.
Yeah.
So here you can choose the type of weapon, like sort of the way your weapons will behave. And I, of course, wanted to do free shot. And I'm like, fire, close combat. Yeah, well, why would I not choose the homing missiles? So choosing the homing missiles. And here you can pick the level you start out with.
Okay.
And there's a
Look at that
little
guy.
person. Yeah. So
Little guy. I like him.
yeah, dude. So holding down the shoot and running to the right. And homing missiles pretty good. I'm trying to figure out how to pick this damn thing up.
Do you duck on it?
I haven't figured it out yet. I do ultimately figure it out. I think with this weapon. Yeah, there you go. You have to duck,
Oh, whoa!
but kind of for a minute. Yeah, and the laser's
that.
kind of neat because like if it's something that takes a lot of damage, it'll just sort of hang there until it's dead, and then it will move on to the next thing. That was kind of neat. So the laser doesn't always come from your gun. It depends on where it is in the map.
Okay.
Until it flies off screen. This is a homing laser, for sure.
Oh. The soundtrack is cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, dude, the music is pretty solid. And you can throw fuckers. And now I'm killing the guy in the tutorial stage of Mega Man X.
Vile.
Vile, yeah.
The soundtrack reminds me of Gradius a little.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, a teacher wanted to make sure that I figured out the weapon mixing system. I figured this out. I couldn't figure out how to change weapons, and I never do.
Boss is approaching. Papaya dance. What? Oh, you killed the boss, I guess.
I did. Yeah, I slaughtered it. I'm trying to figure out if I want to switch to fire, because this laser's pretty rad. Then I thought, maybe for the show I'll change weapons. Get a variety. But first I want to make sure everything's dead. Because
Sure.
you do have to duck for like a second or so before it will pick it up.
I feel like homing's pretty fucking solid.
Yeah, so like as I was playing this game, I'm like, man, this game is either really fucking hard or really kind of easy. And it depends on if you choose homing or not, I think. Because, yeah, there we go.
Whoa!
Yeah, dude. Homing is badass. It makes you feel powerful as hell. But it's also not, like, just tremendously difficult anymore.
That guy just fucking tossed your ass.
He did, yeah.
I like the background.
Yeah.
Like, this is a very good looking Genesis game.
For sure. Yeah, the sprites are really solid. All right.
What's the plot?
Don't know. No clue.
So is this the green and the red combined? Is that what this power is?
I guess so, yeah. I never really understood what was happening, but I went with it. So
Okay, got it.
So this is homing fire, I guess.
Got it.
A teacher says you can collect 2 of the same power-up, and that's a valid
Okay.
weapon combo too.
Like okay, yeah. The
But,
Kirby 64 power-up system, which that game is great too. That just came out on Switch Online.
I never played it.
Oh, it's super good.
New boss.
Boss is approaching. Bravo,
man.
bravo, man.
Bravo, man.
Action, spinning driver dragon punch.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
a man made of boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I love this design.
You're throwing fire at cardboard.
I am. You think
That
you'd
should
be
destroy
dead?
it, yeah.
It did. So we're good.
Yeah, okay. And you killed the mountain.
Yeah.
You have 7 vitality left, though. You're gonna die.
Yeah, I'm not doing too great here. 3 vitality now.
I feel like I haven't seen any like health power-ups.
Not a lot. I got 1 heart. So I died here, but I'm just going to continue and just cut back to where I was.
Do you have
Which was-
infinite continues?
You know, I don't remember. I played this like 3 weeks ago.
Double homing. There it is. Look at that.
Yeah. Now it's a bunch of stars. Killing bees.
Oh, there's a health. Yeah. I feel like homing laser has been your best so far.
The homing laser is definitely my favorite.
Boss is approaching.
Pinky Rotor.
Hitman shot Iron Knuckle.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Yeah, dude.
What is this?
It's like
boy.
a film crew in a mech. Like Dr. Robotnik weaponry.
These 2 slimy looking guys.
Mm-hmm.
Who are riding like the fucking Scorpion bot from the beginning of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, dude. So,
move is basically like a crab dance.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit. They move very slowly, but
Oh
like,
god. You're gonna get hit though.
yeah. So I'm just sort of holding up on the leg here.
It seems like a good spot.
Yeah, I thought so. It's still getting hit though.
You're not hurting him anymore. There he goes.
Yeah, he's dead now. I got him. It's fine.
Stage clear. 3 fucking dorks in that machine. Team Rocket blasting off again.
I got a gym.
Hell yeah.
All right. All right, so next stage.
There's a 2-player mode in this game, like simultaneous?
Yeah,
Yo!
there is. Yeah, for sure.
The Lord of the Strange Fortress.
Yeah,
So you get to choose the level order.
I do, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So now we have sort of an auto-scroller of sorts. And it is just laying waste to everything that comes on
Yes.
screen immediately. So I've cut ahead
Boom, boom,
to
boom, 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 boom.
this train, which is being piloted by M. Bison.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. And now M. Bison is very angry. Everyone's panicking. So he's just throwing guys at you. That's all right. I destroyed M. Bison's train. We're good now.
He seems pretty happy about it.
Yeah. Got a heart. That's good.
7 force.
Yeah. I cut ahead because that whole like naming the boss took like 5 minutes.
The developer's previous game was McDonald's Treasureland Adventure,
Oh, wow.
which will be run this year's SGDQ.
Cool. Tea tree with all the knowledge. Thank you. So, this boss... This isn't, like, super hard right here. But this boss like has
Whoa.
a billion forms.
7, maybe?
Yeah, 7. A billion, 7, same thing.
This is a cool fight.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I haven't figured out how to forcibly jump to the other side.
Have you tried the jump button?
I mean, I did, but it just goes to the middle of the screen. I got to the other side by being knocked over there by the boss. But
Yeah. Just kill this cinnamon roll, motherfucker.
yeah. Buzzsaw cinnamon roll.
God, that's my wrestling name.
It's all right. I got through that phase of Buzzsaw cinnamon roll.
Is this force 2 or force 3?
Yeah, this is 3.
Oh god, get out of there.
All right,
Yeah.
got him.
Force 4.
Now it's dog. Dog shoots me with his tail, as dog is wont to do.
Now, people in chat talking about Contra Hardcore, since this game was made from previous Contra developers.
Yeah.
People in chat, would you say that this game or Contra Hardcore is better? Because I love Contra Hardcore on Genesis. That's a great game.
I never played Contra Hardcore.
Oh, it's wonderful.
All right, we got another one of these.
This is better, it says both of them. Okay, got it. Whoa! So you got a double jump, apparently, to get to
do
the
you?
other side. Yeah.
See, I never figured that part out.
Oh, you're still gonna die.
It's not looking good for the old Codester here.
I prefer the Japanese version of hardcore that is not harder. Man.
And there's the game over screen right there.
I can see the Metal Slug as well, Grim.
And that's it.
Holy crap. That game looks cool as hell.
It really does.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I would definitely play that shit again. Gunma said that all you have to do to get him to play Gunstar Heroes is ask, do you want to play Gunstar Heroes, and he'll stop whatever he's doing. So yeah, that was Gunstar Heroes for the Sega Genesis, action game of the year of 1993 by EGM. So
some other 1993 game of the year contenders: Doom, NBA Jam, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, Star Fox, Sam and Max Hit the Road, Secret of Mana, Mortal Kombat 2, Mega Man X. It's got a lot of competition compared to what me and Nikki were dealing with.
Those are all pretty solid games.
Bubsy.
Well, yeah. Shit. But yeah. So that's the game of the year. No one had a shit game award because they were all pretty great. So
yeah, I mean, I think all three of those games were super rad looking.
Yeah.
I when I said that I never played Gunstar Heroes, chat was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Play Gunstar Heroes now." So I just loaded it up on my Switch. It's on the Genesis collection. It's on the
that's
Genesis
great.
Online, so yeah, it's
Excellent.
there. It's ready. Don't worry, I got you.
All right.
But
okay.
Those were all super cool.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for this week. But before we sign off, what are we doing next time, Matt?
Next time we're gonna return to a theme that we've done a couple of times, which I think is actually very apropos for said theme. I did say apropos. We're just gonna keep it going, and we're just gonna. That's how you say it.
Apropos the rapper.
I have a master's degree in English, and I can make up words and make them canon.
Sure.
But
wait a minute, hold on. Adding words to English, is that canon? Is that what that's called?
Yes, the canon.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we will be playing games that are similar to other games. In fact, sneakily similar to other games. We'll be playing clones, knockoffs, and I'm gonna toss in homages. I think works too.
Sure.
Yeah. Games that are very much like other games, rip-offs, or maybe, a love letter to another game of some kind.
All right. That sounds fun. All right, everybody. That's what you have to look forward to next time. But until then, I'm Cody Coleman. With me, as always, is Nikki Wright and Matt Crua.
I did my aloof character at the beginning, and then I never went back to it. Can I go back to it now?
Sure, yeah.
I care too much. I can't.
Sure. Until next time, don't die. But Matt, they should do something. What is it?
Keep on blowing!
Yes, sir. Bye, everybody.